Hey everyone, Big Pauly back for a brand new movie review. Yes, I'm watching The Abyss. That's right, one of the greatest James Cameron movies of all time. I have this both on VHS and special edition DVD. Yes, Mr. Cameron, get your arse in gear. We need a Blu-ray and a 4K. Or preferably a 3D as well. But yes, I'm going to watch this, give you my little thoughts afterwards, because I've never done a review of The Abyss, and it's always been one of my favourites. This includes both the standard edition and the special edition. The special edition includes 28 minutes of extra footage, so I believe it's about 171 minutes, which is just not quite 3 hours. So let's get the film in the player and watch The Abyss on DVD. Okay, so The Abyss. Yes, first of all, I'm going to show you the editions that I actually have, because yes, we don't have a Blu-ray, we don't have a 4K for it, we don't even have a 3D for it. What I do have, I have a special collector's edition VHS box set. Yes, you heard right. Limited to 5,000 individually numbered. Yes. Including the 1 hour documentary Under Pressure, Making the Abyss. There's the spine. There's the back. It's got all the information on there. Dolby surround, hi-fi stereo, and as you open it up, inside you have the box with the limited number on it, which is 2276. And then we have the lovely videotape. Look, I haven't even run it back from the last time I watched it on tape. Blimey, that would have been way back in the early 90s, I should imagine. We have a big old thick glossy book. Lots of production notes and photos. And glorious, absolutely glorious. So that is my VHS edition. I also do have the special edition DVD, THX. Tells you all the special features there. Includes both the special edition, which is the one I watched, and the theatrical version. The special edition has got 28 minutes of extra footage, so it's just short of 3 hours. There's a commentary for both version. In here you get a collector's edition 12-page booklet. English language, Dolby Digital 5.1. Blimey. We're not used to that after Atmos and everything, and DTS:X. Disc 2, Abyss in Depth, includes the 60-minute documentary Under Pressure. Under Pressure. James Cameron's complete screenplay, multi-angle of pseudopod sequence, 3 DVD ROM games, blimey, and extensive storyboards with original concept art. So this is one of the old DVD style ones that flip out. As you can see, it flips out one side. So you have the disc there. Let's have a look at the disc, see what the quality is. So there's the DVD, and there's the other side. What was it all those years they were telling us? After so many years, we'd get disc rot. Whatever. It's as brand new as it was when I bought it. And we also get a booklet as well. Bit of a different booklet, but it also tells you all the chapter numbers as well for both versions of the film. And then when you flip it open again, you've got the special features. You've got the documentary. So we don't have a little tray that you just flip. You actually get a full-size tray. So yes, so they are both my versions of The Abyss. I don't have a Laserdisc. I never had a Laserdisc version of it. But that's basically it. As I say, there's no Blu-ray, there's no DVD. 4K, I mean. From last I heard, James Cameron actually was working on a 4K transfer. And it was supposed to be out later this year, but probably got put back because of Avatar 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, all the Avatar films. And because he's working himself on the Avatars, I think he had people working for him doing the transfers for The Abyss, but it's probably just got delayed because he hasn't had time to get himself into it. But The Abyss. For those people that don't know what The Abyss is and haven't seen The Abyss, basically it's about this underwater mining facility, this big old rig, like a oil rig but underwater, that gets commandeered by the military, and they have to move the rig underwater, take it to a position to go and look for survivors of a doomed, sunken nuclear submarine. We've got a whole handful of cast members down on the rig. There's probably about 10 people that we get to interact with, including Virgil. Yes, Virgil Brigman, played by Ed Harris. And this is in my opinion, Ed Harris's best performance. I know he's really good in Apollo 13, but I think this is his best performance. We also have Mary Elizabeth Mastrantonio, who plays his wife, or his estranged wife. And of course, being a James Cameron film, we've got a familiar face, Michael Biehn, playing Lieutenant Coffee. Oh, I think I'll have some coffee in a minute. Yes. So in all the hoo-ha of moving this rig from one place to another to go and explore and see if they can, see if there's any survivors on this submarine. Up top, sea level, there's a massive storm raging. And after a while, it becomes apparent that they're not actually alone down there. Yes, rather than being just a straightforward underwater thriller, we have a sci-fi element, a close encounters element. Yes, there are some fantastic scenes, absolutely fantastic scenes in The Abyss. Everything from the actual rig itself and how it's all laid out, dark, dank corridors, claustrophobic, makes you really believe that you're actually down on the seabed inside this rig. Even more claustrophobic than being on a submarine. The characters are great, the acting is fantastic. One of my favourite characters is a guy called Hippie, who's got a little pet rat. But like I say, you've got the military side, you've got the military people that are trying to work with the rig people, but they don't always come, see eye to eye. One of them starts to go doolally with like the air pressure. Because of the big raging storm up above, the rig gets pulled right to the edge of this abyss, massive abyss, which is 2.5 miles down. And there's some bright lights coming from the abyss. So the occupants of the rig want to know what this is, want to go exploring, whereas the military people see it as a threat, like it could be some new high-tech Russian missile or some kind of threat. So they're all about blowing it up and that kind of stuff. There's some great underwater action pieces, including some submersible submarines having a fight Yeah, it's a really tense fight. It's like Rocky and Ivan Drago going at it, but underwater. Very intense scenes, gripping, thrilling, absolutely thrilling scenes. There's also some incredible, absolutely incredible special effects, not just from whatever's down there, but and this is before Terminator 2 with the liquid metal. We got to see the actual pseudopod, the actual water tentacle, and it holds up so beautifully right now. You could actually think, if you showed a kid these days that scene with that water tentacle, they would actually believe that it was actually from a film now, even though it was, you know, back in the late 80s. Also, one of the really intense scenes, one of the special scenes, which you probably wouldn't be able to get away with these days, involves Hippie's rat. And there's a scene where there's this underwater breathing liquid, where you can actually breathe inside a liquid. And there's a scene where one of the military takes the rat, puts it underwater, and it actually breathes this liquid in. So the rat is underwater, but it's now breathing liquid instead of oxygen. That's not made up. They actually did it. They actually did it with the actual solution. But unfortunately, over the years, you know, it got cut because of animal cruelty, and it wasn't, you know, it wasn't right, and it wouldn't be shown now. So, you know, if it ever appears on digital, I should imagine that scene will be cut right out. It was a troubled production. Apparently, Ed Harris actually punched James Cameron in the face, because James Cameron just kept rolling the cameras even after Ed Harris was like close to death, close to drowning, because it was such an intense production. And Ed Harris was like, I never want to talk about The Abyss again. So I think it was a hard-hitting film, emotionally draining for them. Also, in the special edition version, the half an hour longer version, it flows more seamlessly. I always thought that the theatrical version kind of stops abruptly on certain scenes. It jumps to other scenes too quickly where there should be an extended scene, and it's played out fully. It flows a lot easier now, which is the version that I watched, the special edition version. There's 1,000-foot tidal waves threatening to destroy the world, which is one of the highlights, and that kind of got extended, you know, for the special edition. So there's a lot that's in the special edition that there was no need to cut it out, but I suppose they had to keep the running time as low as they could. Although back in 1989, I suppose 2.5 hours at the time was quite a long film. But yeah, absolutely fantastic. One of my favourite ever James Cameron films, right up there, right almost at the top of my top 10 of James Cameron movies. But absolutely incredible. One day I hope we do get a Blu-ray and a 4K, but until then, at least I've got my DVD. The picture quality was pretty good considering it's a DVD, and it's been upscaled, but you could tell a lot of the underwater scenes could be way better, especially in 4K, and the sound only being Dolby Digital 5.1. It really needs an audio and visual an overhaul, especially with the audio to maybe Dolby Atmos or DTS HD or even DTSX would be fantastic. The bass is not as low as it could be, obviously, with just the Dolby Digital 5.1, so it really does need an overhaul. Both this and True Lies, two James Cameron films, two great James Cameron films that we really do need on Blu-ray and 4K. Fantastic. So hopefully one day But until then, still got the DVD that I can watch it. Brilliant. So how would I rate The Abyss on a scale of 1 to 10? I will give The Abyss 10 water tentacles out of 10. Yes, can't go any higher than that. It is a James Cameron masterpiece. Even though it had troubled production, it is one of those all-time cult classics that's right up there. And it's just a shame we can't embrace a better picture and a better sound, but maybe one day. Brilliant. So I hope you enjoyed my review of The Abyss. Like it by giving it some water tentacles up. And don't forget to subscribe, comment and share. What version of The Abyss do you have? If you've got it, you know, I don't know if there was a Laserdisc. Do you have the DVD? Do you have a VHS? Or not a Betamax, I don't think. Or maybe you've never seen The Abyss. Let me know down in the comments. And I'll see you on the next video. Bye!